Guys, I've had to shoot this take like 7 times because I keep saying synonym instead of cinnamon, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm saying synonym because I'm planning a future English language ranking episode. Happy holidays all, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Chris, and today I'm putting the Chris back in Christmas spirit because another local donut company has gone all out this holiday season, and you know, you do not have to twist my arm to get me on board with that. So today, we're taking a look at Mavericks Donuts, which is a fast-growing chain in the heart of the Ottawa area. Ottawa loves its donuts. Absolutely loves them. And prior to about a decade ago, our only option for donuts was basically Tim Hortons. So a few players have since popped up, and there is none moving at a quicker pace than Mavericks, who opened with just one location back in 2016 and are now operating out of 7 spots spread from east to west across the nation's capital. Mavericks prides themselves on serving fresh donuts every single day, never frozen. If they weren't made that day, they're not going to sell them, plain and simple. And that's kind of important for their business model because they don't rely on any preservatives. They're not intended to last weeks on end on the shelf. What you're getting when you're getting a Mavericks donut is a treat made with real ingredients, but you gotta eat them right away. You know, I think I've pumped their tires plenty already at this stage for somebody who's not a sponsor. So what say we meet the donuts they're serving up this year in their limited time holiday 6-pack. This beauty is the white chocolate cranberry donut, a vanilla cake donut dunked in homemade cranberry glaze, drizzled with white chocolate and finished with candied cranberries. Good God, what would Christmas be without an eggnog donut? It's the vanilla cake donut dipped in eggnog glaze, drizzled with white chocolate and finished with coarse sugar and snowflake sprinkles. While the site has offered no description of their hot chocolate donut just yet, it does appear to be a chocolate cake donut topped with a sticky marshmallow glaze and additional marshmallow pieces for decor. The vanilla sprinkle is a vanilla cake donut dipped in the in-house vanilla glaze and topped with holiday-themed sprinkles and chips. An annual favorite, the gingerbread donut is a vanilla cake donut dipped in a gingerbread glaze, sprinkled with crushed ginger cookies, and finished with festive sprinkles. The site offers no description for the peppermint white chocolate. You know what? I guess we're just gonna have to find out for ourselves how close it is to the real deal. All right, friends, we've met them, I've smelled them, and I've been dying to try them. Let's go, y'all. I'm going to start today with the gingerbread because if you've been following this channel for a while, you know how I feel about my gingerbread. There's a super strong possibility this one's going to come out as my favorite donut today. And while there's people who are probably going to tell you that good things come to those who wait, you know what? Forget those people. I'm going to have my donut right now. Taking a look at the middle. So actually, you can see here, this is what separates Mavericks from their competitors. And it boils down to what you like. So there's some places that do that ultra light, fluffy, melt in your mouth donut. And then there's places that focus more on rich, dense, flavorful, cakey donuts. Mavericks falls in the latter category. And honestly, there's no one else in this particular city that does it like them. When you have a Mavericks donut, it really feels like an amped up slice of cake. Now, first of all, let's talk about the actual donut itself. It tastes like a birthday cake. It's not a boring, old-fashioned donut. When they say it's a vanilla cake base, that's exactly what it is, and it's a really good birthday cake flavor. As for the glaze and the crumble, I was expecting a little bit more from these. When you offer me gingerbread, you can go one of 2 ways. An old-fashioned gingerbread, I find, is a little bit more molassesy and not as powerful in flavors, whereas the more modern gingerbread that we eat really packs a really strong punch. Very sweet, very cinnamon heavy, very nutmeg heavy. I'm finding this tastes like an old school gingerbread, and personally I fall into the camp of the new school, where ideally I want that super spice riddled ginger. It's still very good. This is going to be really hard to beat today, and rightfully so. For now, it's sitting in first place. Up second today, the vanilla sprinkle donut. I've decided we're going to spread out how we do things today, so we started with the one I figured I'd probably enjoy the most, and now we're trying the one I have the lowest expectations for. And that's not to say I expect it to be bad. I'm anticipating a really solid sprinkled donut, and if my 4-year-old was picking one, this is probably the one he'd defer to because he's got the most predictably boring palate on the planet. But when I've got a vast array featuring cranberries and eggnog and hot chocolate, tossing a sprinkled donut at me better come with some serious bells and whistles to be a contender in today's contest. So I gotta say, it's what I expected, which is a super flavorful, really great vanilla donut. And you know something? I kind of hate the hate-on for vanilla that we've had over the last decade or so. Frankly, I blame that stupid 50 Shades of Grey movie for that because it's perpetrating this idiotic idea that vanilla is some kind of old, boring thing. Shut up your face, Christian Grey. If anything, vanilla is the wildest ingredient that you can invite to the party. It goes with everything. Pumpkin pie, bam! Scoop of vanilla ice cream, or maybe you're gonna spray some vanilla whipped cream on top of it. You know what, let's see you pull that trick, Rocky Road. Milkshake? What do you think people pick as their base if they're gonna mix all kind of weird stuff into it? Vanilla, that's what. You think mint chocolate chip is gonna be okay with a bunch of strawberries mixed into it? Absolutely not. Those are the boring flavors. Vanilla can do it all, man. Shame on you for allowing this vanilla thing to spin out of control. Vanilla is the world's greatest, most versatile flavor, and today I'm calling for a return to its respect. Unfortunately though, it's not as good as the gingerbread, so it's in second place. You know, as I'm setting up here, I'm realizing I didn't think this out very well using plates to distribute the donuts. We're probably gonna run out of room really quickly, but we'll try to MacGyver a pattern as we rank them 1 through 6. So up next we have the hot chocolate donut, and to be honest, the hot chocolate part of this feels like a little bit of a lie to me. For starters, if this donut was hot, it's certainly not hot now. But granted, that could be my fault because that poor box had to walk out of the store and into a Canadian winter. It's been a rough one already this year. A little over a month or so ago, I told you that I had tarped off my gazebo, and it's not a small tarp. The thing is 1,200 square feet. We had it tied down with bungee cords, the bottoms weighted with sandbags, and we figured that we were perfectly okay. Well, I woke up last Tuesday morning after the Buffalo-New England game where New England ran the ball like 40 times in a row because the winds were just mental. Well, those winds had made their way up here too and blew my damn tarp clear off the gazebo. And of course, it immediately froze to the ground because Canada. And I guess that story is just a long-winded way of telling you that this chocolate ain't hot. All right, I think I'm gonna get a bite with the marshmallows in it, because come on, who's saying no to extra marshmallows? It's hot chocolate. Let me show you how this glaze is a little bit different from the other glazes. Where the other ones are sort of stuck on, this is a straight marshmallow glaze. It's not like a whipped cream, the way it might be looking on my finger right here. It's sticky, it's pull apart, almost like a mozzarella cheese, although that sounds gross. So scratch that last part. That thing's amazing. Okay, you know what? I take back everything I said about this not being a proper mug of hot chocolate. It's about as good a replica of a drink that you could possibly get your hands on in cake form. That marshmallow is not crazy overpowering, and I love the fact that they sprinkled a little bit of extra chocolate dust on top of it. It really does just taste like a mug of hot chocolate. Wow, I didn't think anything was gonna come out on top of gingerbread today when I started this contest, and already we're 3 donuts in and gingerbread has slid down to second place because hot chocolate, you are donut number 1. White chocolate cranberry. I want to tell you that I'm a massive cranberry fan, but I'm more of like a conditional cranberry fan, which I'm going to explain. My holiday dinner requires cranberry sauce. I'm not accepting a single slice of turkey or a scoop of potatoes until I have a clear understanding that cranberry sauce is going to be part of the meal. Canned cranberry sauce. And look, I get it. I hear you. Despite the stuff that I review here on this channel, we're very much a home-cooked meal family here, and the call for canned cranberry might be considered a sin. But for the first few years of my existence, at least here on planet Earth, canned cranberry is what we had available at the table. So, when my mother later moved to homemade, I wasn't having it. And now at 39 years old, if I cannot slice off a hunk of cranberry in the shape of a can, it ain't Christmas time. I know I'm terrible. I'm saving the rest of these donuts to save with the fam jam downstairs, but I am absolutely eating the piece that's got all the cranberries on it. Sorry, not sorry. This is really a super interesting donut. The glaze has this great balance of tartness and sweetness that you'd really hope for in a really good cranberry sauce. I love that hint of sour. I don't know if they mixed any lemon or citric acid into this to really amp it up, but there's a nice, gentle bite, but you never stop thinking that you're eating a dessert treat. If I had a complaint, and it's just a small one, it's that I would have liked a thicker amount of glaze on top of this. I find that the glaze is a little overpowered by the rest of the vanilla donut, which isn't easy to do when you've got something that's this sharp. But they've succeeded in doing it again because there's just not enough glaze. I would have added just a second layer to it if I was the baker, and I'm not, because I certainly could not replicate this donut if my life depended on it. In the meantime, however, very nice surprise on the donut front. Even more surprising, yet another one is about to slide in front of the gingerbread because this cranberry donut is the second best donut I have tasted today, and thus it's in spot number 2. This little guy right here is the Eggnog donut, and I'm filming this video in mid-December. Unbelievably, I haven't had my first glass of eggnog this season yet. I did see some interesting flavors at the Superstore the other day though, so maybe we'll crack into those together and give them a review. I don't know if you happen to notice that little subtle wink I gave the camera, but that's called a teaser, kids. I'm hyping future episodes to build intrigue. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button if you want to learn all kinds of other hot marketing tips and tricks from me. But you know what, more importantly, if I do get to 300 subscribers by Christmas morning, I'm going to review every single poutine from fast food restaurants in the Ottawa area, and with your help, we're going to be a little bit closer to the goal. So smash the button harder than I'm about to smash this eggnog donut. I almost feel bad biting into this with these little snowflake sprinkles on here. They're almost too pretty to eat. I mean, it's not going to stop me. So my favorite part of reviewing local small businesses that I'm familiar with is that I know going in I'm going to like everything. Even if I've never had it before, like these holiday donuts, like Mavericks has never let me down. So it's nothing like the Asian candy episode where I did, where everything tasted like fish. I think it's shrimp covered in soy sauce, maybe it's crab. It's some dehydrated fish. I'm genuinely getting what the flavor is that they tell me it is. I do like this one, but I have a similar complaint to this one that I have to the cranberry, and it's even more pronounced this time around. The glaze, just simply put, isn't enough, and I'm really tasting almost nothing but vanilla donut. I did get some hints of eggnog in there, but it's certainly not enough. And what I did taste was a really fantastic glaze, so I would have liked to see it more pronounced. Don't worry about the excess calories, for God's sakes, we're eating donuts, nobody's counting. Come on, Mavericks, let's up that glaze game. In fact, if I could pay like an extra 25 cents a donut for a second dunk, I'd do it. There you go, extra money maker, Mavericks. Feel free to steal that idea from me and then hook me up next time I go in. Guys, I've had to shoot this take like 7 times because I keep saying synonym instead of cinnamon, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm saying synonym because I'm planning a future English language ranking episode. In terms of what I would have liked to have seen with the glaze, maybe even amp it up on top of a double dunk, add a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg, and really take it to the next level. It's not a full letdown, but it feels like an opportunity missed on the eggnog front, so I'm gonna put this into 4th place. Last, but certainly not least, wait, that could be a lie. I haven't tasted or ranked it yet, so it's entirely possible it's least. But for now, it's just last until I try it, and it's the Peppermint White Chocolate. The site lacked description on this one, which isn't so much concerning as it is intriguing. What are you hiding over here, Mavericks? You know, did you figure that the title suffices? Because I can promise you it does not. Years ago, when I was young and spry, I worked as a gas station attendant, and through that job, I learned that even the most basic of clear instructions are never enough for the average consumer. For example, if my Mars bars were labeled as on sale for $1, I'd inevitably get asked several times a shift if they were in fact $1. If the lottery jackpot was $25 million, we would hang banners all over the store and a sign in the window at the front the size of Mount Rushmore and every single lottery buying client would just ask me, hey, what's the jackpot at tonight? So come on, Mavericks, I know you're still new at this, just 6 years in the business, but in customer-facing jobs, that ages us in dog years. Get that description up, y'all should know better. I love that it's not a filled donut, but they've put enough of the cream on top that it sort of fills in the donut hole. Over the last few donuts, I've been pretty hypercritical of the glaze, but this is more of what I'm talking about. I assume it's still the same layer of glaze, but because the flavor is so pronounced, peppermint is really a strong punch in the face kind of flavor, and it is everywhere in this one. It looks like they may have melted some candy canes down into it because I'm definitely getting some crazy candy cane vibes in this one. I love the flavor of this one. Love how strong it is. Love how it's more potent than the cake itself. Now, despite the fact that I'm sitting here just damning this with praise right now in terms of the flavor, I'm still gonna do something a little bit weird despite my commentary right now. I'm gonna rank these third behind the cranberry. And you might be asking why, given that I had a solid complaint with the cranberry in terms of the flavor not standing out, and this one's all flavor. Well, I'll tell you why. What I love about this one is just how different it is in contrast to the rest of the holiday fare. It really is that sour tartness that I enjoyed so much in this one that I would order this one before the white chocolate peppermint. Even though I want more of that glaze, I'm craving the glaze of this one a lot more than I'm craving the glaze of this one. So second place apt for the cranberry, third place for the peppermint. And again, it just comes down to what I would order again in the situation. So our final rankings are in, and in sixth place is the vanilla sprinkle donut. Fifth place, the eggnog donut. A shocker in fourth, the gingerbread donut. Third place, peppermint white chocolate. Big shocker in second place, the cranberry donut. And the very best donut this holiday season is the hot chocolate donut from Mavericks. If you enjoyed taking a look at the treats from local businesses, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you prefer. Do you want to see me tackle more local businesses like this? Or do you want to see me do limited time releases from popular worldwide brands? This channel's as much yours as it is mine, so share your thoughts below and I'll always do my best to oblige. Continuing to wish you the happiest of holidays as we march forward through this merry season, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao for now.